proudly presented by Barry Hearn, for and on behalf of Ringside Boxing Promotions, in association with Prince Promotions and Matchroom Sport. And sponsored here by MatchroomSport.com, and a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live and exclusive here on Sky Sports. You've joined us for the very best ringside seat in the business. All the officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control and the IBO President, Ed Levine of Florida, USA. He has appointed Fight Supervisor Charlie Payne of Ham Common, Surrey. The matchmaker is Mr. Graham Lockwood, and the timekeeper at the bell from the still city of Sheffield is Mr. Barry Pinder. Our three scoring judges here at ringside. From Florida, USA, Donald Ballas. From Kent, England, Mr. Roy Francis. And from Derby, England, Mr. Paul Thomas. And ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge of his 94th World Championship, and without a doubt, one of the leading referees in the world today, from New Jersey, USA, Mr. Steve Smoger. They are the officials, here are the contestants, and firstly, the challenger. He's fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black trunks, trimmed with gold. He weighed in at 13 stone, 7 3/4 pounds, and brings a 27 fight record. 23 wins, 21 inside the scheduled distance, and only 4 defeats. He comes from Pensacola, Florida. Would you please welcome Ezra Silas. And ladies and gentlemen, the champion. He's fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the green trunks, trimmed with gold, and weighed in at 13 stone, 7 pounds, 15 ounces, bringing a 33 fight record with 28 wins, 21 inside the scheduled distance, and only 5 losses. He comes to the ring as the reigning and defending IBO Cruiserweight Champion of the World from Manchester, England. Please welcome Carl the Cat Thompson. So let's get the action underway then. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBO's Cruiserweight Championship of the World.
Carl,
Steve Smoger,
Ezra,
very experienced referee, will say, God bless you both. I'll bet you.
Given your instructions at the weigh-in, please obey my commands at all times, respect the bell, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. God bless.
I knew he would. Steve Smoger, who was in charge of the Mike Tyson Nielsen fight, Brian Nielsen fight out in Copenhagen recently, and Bernard Hopkins' big win over Felix Trinidad. He's getting some big appointments, and I'm sure he's fulfilling a lifetime ambition by being at the Wythenshawe Forum here tonight. Carl Thompson in the green and yellow trunks, defending his IBO Cruiserweight Championship here. Title he's picked up since losing the more widely recognized World Boxing Organization belt. But as you've been hearing, he's trying to get back to Nelson. Not a good time to go out and make a snack this, because this could be a quick one. They can both hit a bit, and Sellers' chin has been known to give way. The American looking circumspect early on, to put it mildly.
Yes, he's very much on the move, keeping at range, but you got to watch for that left hand of Sellers. Just has that one poised for Thompson to make a mistake.
Still waiting the first punch. There it is, and it's a left hand from Sellers. Thompson usually known for his grit and staying power and heart. Just a lunge in with the right hand and misses with it. On this title against the former IBF world champion Uriah Grant. Mind you, Grant was a 40-year-old grandfather by then, not what he was. Thompson best remembered for his 2 classic fights with Chris Eubank. He won them both.
Thompson looking a bit unsteady as that left hand just skimmed past the side of his head.
Well, I have just worried a little about his legs at this late stage of his career. Good right to the body from Sellers, who's doing most of the scoring early on, what little there is of it anyway.
Come on, Kent, keep going. That's good.
Just trying to work out the style a little, I fancy, Thompson. Good right to the body too from Sellers. Sellers, who was put in his debut all those years ago with Bruce Seldon, and a right hand puts Thompson on the floor. There's the power, and he gets up, looks okay. He was up at a count of about 4, have to take a mandatory 8, but that's not a good start for Thompson. This fellow has lights out sort of power, this Ezra Sellers, and Thompson has already felt it, and there's a right back. Well, what a fight we're going to have here, I think. And Sellers is in a much, much worse way as he gets up. And Smoker takes him back to the corner. The bell, I think, went in the middle of all that. It's the end of the round. The fight carries on because the bell ended the round. The count did not continue, but would Ezra Sellers have been able to continue but for that bell?
I don't think he would have been. I don't think he would have gotten through. He's very unsteady as he went back to his corner. There's the little short chopping right hand from Sellers that put Thompson on the floor. There it is, just a reflex punch as Thompson lunged in. And then Thompson getting his own back with a much better, stronger right hand. And Sellers going down pretty heavily there.
What is going to happen here next?
Well, he's often in fights like this, Ezra Sellers, up and down.
Well, he was in an amazing one with Alex Stewart, one of Mike Tyson's old victims, who was a leading heavyweight a few years back, when Stewart was down 3 times and Sellers down 4 times. Stewart won it in the end. He was pretty washed up by then, too. He was recently knocked out in a round by Raymond Garvey, the Cuban, who was also regarded as something of a faded fighter at the time. Sellers, the American, in the black trunks. Thompson's right hand wobbles him again, and Thompson might fancy he can take him out. Uppercuts back from the American. This can't last long, surely.
No, it can't. Thompson was hurt a bit by some punches from Sellers on the inside.
Left hook comes back though from Sellers, and he rocks Thompson with a left hook. This could be like the Alex Stewart fight again that I was just telling you about.
It looks like it's going to be.
Stick around, this might be memorable. He just lunged in that time, no knockdown, just lost his footing for a moment there, Thompson. Both down once. Sellers already badly rocked in round 2.
Well, this is all about who's going to make the mistake first, who's going to leave their chin exposed, and who can connect with it the hardest.
There's another right hand and an uppercut, 2 of them. Fast hands he's got, Ezra Sellers. Ooh, big shots and a right hand back from Thompson. They're not bothering with jabs or anything like that. They're just looking for knockout punches all the time. And somehow in the middle of it, Sellers finds time to showboat and then floors Thompson again. There was a big chopping right this time. Thompson looks very unsteady. Dizzy and dazed this time. And there's still nearly a minute left in the round. Now Thompson got up quickly from the knockdown in the other round, but I think this time he's not so good.
No, he's not. He's dazed then. Another big left hand.
Oh, would you believe it? Back he comes to floor the American again. This is quite unbelievable. It's an incredible fight.
Well, the crowd on their feet with this one, Ian.
And there's still 27 seconds left in the round, and another right hand from Thompson. Is that going to do it for him? No, Sellers stands there, and would you believe it, plays bottom. amazing stuff. And an uppercut from Thompson. Again, his eyes are in orbit, Sellers, as it landed, but somehow he's still on his feet. The bell is coming up, but will it be quick enough? Well, I'm wondering how we've managed to get through 6 minutes. They've both been down twice. Well, I think you've got to score both the rounds level, haven't you?
I think you have. I think they're both 10-10 on the cards. Both of them.
Don't worry about the scorecards. They're going to be purely academic.
Yep, this one's not going to go the distance. Both of them getting hurt with shots. There's Thompson going down, hurt, just hanging onto that rope. He was really hurt with a little short shot there. Chopping right hand did the damage, and Thompson was just left hanging onto that rope. But then straight back again, right hand on the chin of Sellers, and he goes down heavier this time.
Well, this could be about the most exciting up and a downer we've seen since, I think, Kevin Lushing and Chris Saunders. Remember that British welterweight title fight when there were about 7 knockdowns in 3 rounds? And here is the 3rd round of this one. What odds we'll get through another 3 minutes? Well, the crowd have already got value for their admission money and more. Somebody's got to give, but who?
Well, I think Sellers was the one that was hurt worst in that round. He's the one that reacts the baddest when he gets hit with the shots.
Mind you, I think Thompson was in quite a bad way. I was wondering whether he was going to make it when he went down. He's got great powers of recovery, though, as Chris Eubank found out. Sellers almost boxing on the back foot, just looking for counter shots, but what counter shots they've been. And there's another of those right hands that have done the damage for Thompson. And I thought for a moment there, just to spice it up even a bit more, they were both going to fall out of the ring. If they did, Judge Paul Thomas right ahead of us would have been in quite a bad way, I think. So what next here?
Well, they're both just looking for the openings. Sellers on the retreat. Thompson, who's pressing it.
Sellers is trying to line up that left hand. He's inviting Thompson in. Thompson will do that and walks into punches as he does it, and the left hand makes him give ground. Had to step back about 4 feet after that had landed. He really lets them go. They travel a long way, these shots from Sellers, almost from his waist, but he's digging his toes into the canvas to get the power with them.
Yes, he does, and he's quite fast with these punches.
Sellers, who's done some sparring with the great Roy Jones in Pensacola, where he currently lives. Maybe that's why Roy Jones didn't fancy moving up to heavyweight or anything like that. Having sparred with this guy, and Thompson goes down again. Looked like he was caught by a right hand. He complains bitterly to Steve Smoker, but knockdown it is. The 5th of the contest. This time Thompson's okay. It was only a short punch, but I think the ref got that right, though Thompson complained. Interesting to see the replay. Oh, only the 1 knockdown in that round. Disappointing, Glenn. Still. Welcome back. Just the 5 knockdowns in 3 rounds so far. And here's the latest of them.
Yep, just a choppy little right hand on the way and more off balance than hurt, but it did connect.
Well, Thompson complained, but like the old gang says, why else did he fall? Keep your eye on the referee. This 4th round certainly wasn't a clean blow by the look of it from Sellers.
Good right hand from Thompson.
He's looking for that one all the time, isn't he? And he walks onto a right himself. Holding onto the ropes on the far side. I think he tripped over one of those little advertising hoardings over there. Oh, quick right hand, and this time Sellers took the punch well. Well, Carl Thompson is looking for only one shot, and that is the right hand. Should he be looking for a bit more variety, Glenn?
Well, the right hand is the punch against the southpaw, but he has to be careful of the counters with the right hand from Sellers as he walks in. Thompson maybe showing that right hand a bit too much. You know, should maybe look for something else.
Thompson's a fighter who's had to show some real grit in his career. He took 2 right uppercuts there as he looked for the right hand again. He's won big fights on the continent. He gets a countering right hand as he looked to land his own. Now this is serious. Thompson is down. I don't think he's going to make it this time. It's waved over. The count only got to 6. Steve Smoger says no more. Carl Thompson is knocked out. He's lost his championship. And in the battle of 6 knockdowns, in the end, the final nail goes into Carl Thompson. The American has won. And he was never going to get up from that.
No, he wasn't. That was a really quick counter with the right hand. It was, you know, he was showing his own right too much, Thompson. He had to watch out for that right. He was telegraphing his right, and it was just Sellers kept cool, waited for the opportunity, and then brought in a beautiful punch himself.
Well, there's the look on Johnny Nelson's face, and I think he might have just seen any chance of a confrontation between him, a rematch with Carl Thompson, go out of the window.
Well, I think most definitely that will be the way of things. A shame for Thompson, but it was a good punch from Sellers.
Well, they put him in with a big punch. Somebody was going to go. Unfortunately, it was for Thompson, it was him. He was looking to nail him with the right hand and got caught with that cracking shot. Look at this again.
Yep, he looked for that right hand too much. Left the chin exposed, and it was a wonderful short right hand from Ezra Sellers.
It was an amazing incident, really, because Thompson here was just a split second from landing his own right when in came the counter, and it was a good night Vienna shot. And Steve Smoger got to 6, took a look into the eyes of Carl Thompson and said, don't need to see any more. Waved it off all over. Round 4, is that the end for Carl Thompson, who's had a distinguished career in which he hasn't had all the recognition that he's deserved. He has been knocked out in his home city tonight. It's a big win for Ezra Sellers, who might easily have been knocked out himself. Amazing stuff.
It was an amazing fight, but always looked like the punch was going to tell it. It wasn't going to go to points, and it was Sellers who got his big punch on first, and Thompson was out.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Barry Pinder has recorded a time of 1 minute and 36 seconds of the 4th round. Referee Steve Smoger has stopped the count, with Thompson in no position to continue. Your winner, and the new IBO Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Ezra Sellers. And please... And please show your appreciation for a very game champion indeed.